Okay, now there's just a couple more things we want to do before we make a QR code to make this permanent so people can scan it and take our quiz. One of the things I think is real important is to take this ending box right here and move it underneath where the score is going to be shown, because otherwise the quit button and the next button are one on top of the other, meaning that you get to the end of the quiz, you're going fast, and you'll accidentally hit the button that pops up in that same spot. So just moving it underneath there is going to be enough to keep that from happening. The other thing you want to make really sure and have is on the About Me, you've got a My Portfolio button. So insert that, maybe make each of these 30. You can see I have some little spacers to make sure that it lays out the way I want it. That's not the only way to arrange it, of course. And the blocks are going to be just the same as the button data. Your activity starter, however, is going to have a different URL in it. I want you to make sure that you're getting this URL for certain, because this is going to be hardwired into it. So a good thing to do is to check and try and go there and make sure it does open your portfolio page. As you can see, something's wrong with mine. I'm on the teacher computer, so I made it 31. So I'm going to go check on the Weebly site and find out just what's wrong here. Now what I can do, I know this is the site I'm working on. I can go to settings, and you can actually change the site address after the fact. And you can see that for some reason I put myself on computer number 1. I actually wanted to be on computer 31. So that one is also available. I'm going to hit continue and publish. And now when I refresh this page, it should bring up my temporary website. I haven't gone through and edited all this yet, but I know this one is mine. So now my MIT App Inventor is going to open the right page for my portfolio. Now, when we get ready to finalize this, you got to make sure it works 100%. You're not going to get the QR code from MIT App Inventor anymore. You need the actual file itself so that you can create your own link that's going to keep working longer than the 2 hours that App Inventor provides for you. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to build my entire app. May take a little while. If it runs out of space, if it says it's too big, it's because you've got pictures in there that were not resized down to 100 kilobytes. So watch out for PSD files that get mixed up in there, that sort of thing. PNGs need to have transparency, otherwise there's no reason for them to be that large. And JPEG can condense those down quite a bit and still keep the quality. Now that it's downloading, you can see we have the file. If I show in folder, you can see it defaulted to the downloads folder, and there's the quiz. Some things that probably need to be changed, like on the screen 1, you're going to want to make sure that everything is ready to go. So screen 1 has some different things like the name of the quiz itself, right down here, title. I've got Super Quiz. There's also an app name, so we don't really want template there. This should have been like Super Quiz, so that underneath the icon, that's what would show. So a couple things that would cause me to redo that building. I'm going to go ahead and just show you, pretend this one is the final version, just showing you how easy it is to have other things, and then you would need to rebuild it and re-download it. And then where do we put it? Well, we're going to use our Google Drive. And we're going to actually switch over here to the portfolio website information, because this folder needs to be in your Google Drive. And this is going to be created there, unlike what our backups do. So let me go over here to Google Drive and say New Folder. The other time we've done this is when we made our turn-in folder. And the things in here are going to be here for as long as you're with the district. So I'm going to put this app in here, and it should be downloadable for as long as you have that file there. So I'm going to go and look for it. Remember, it's in the downloads, and here's the APK. Notice Windows doesn't know what to do with it. It's for Android devices only. And now that it's here, we can get a link to it. So I'm going to right click and get a shareable link. Mine defaults to anyone with the link can view, but you're going to need to go here and click again and go to more until you can get to anyone with the link is allowed to download this, not just people at NEISD. So get it to look like that. It can even be public on the web, although I think this right here is probably best. So once you change that, you can copy the link, and we can put that on our website just as a link, but it's much easier for people to just scan it with their device and it downloads and installs. So what we need is something special. So we could go and Google QR code generators, but here on the Useful Resources website, I've actually got a link for you. It's called the free QR code generator, and it works very well. This is an example of a QR code that goes to a website. It's just www.data6.weebly.com. So if you scan that, it takes you to the DataTech website. Here's a link to a file. It's this file right here, also downloadable from the Weebly site, but how much easier for a Kindle user to scan this, download the AI companion, and be up and running with the website's live editing mode. So let's go ahead and use this free QR code generator. Free text, no, we want a URL. I'm going to paste it, and notice how complex this QR code is because it's got so many characters in the name in the URL. So what I like about this website is a number of things. This is one of them. Shortened URL makes this little bitty URL that will work, and notice the simplicity of the QR code. I prefer to click on the Save button. It gives me the possibility of a file name. 170518 is the date I'm doing this, and this is my super quiz. Maybe put my name, and then the fact that this is a QR code. That's what this image is. When that's saved, it's also saved to the Downloads folder, and then on our Weebly site, let me just go over here and let's make a new page. I'm going to make a new page here, very simple one, a standard page with a header that I can edit later, and I'm going to call this one MIT App Inventor. So now I can drag elements over here such as an image. So I'm going to go over to Build and take an image, and I'm going to put it into the workspace. I'm going to upload the image from my computer in Downloads. It's the only image that's in there. Make sure it's the right one. And now scanning that will open, well, my quiz. Why not tell people that? So you can put text above, below, to the side. I'll go ahead and put it on the left-hand side now. Oh, didn't make it there. This is the handle. I can try and move it over. So now I've got a text box and the image, and I can say, scan to download my super quiz made with App Inventor. The code to the right in order to download my super quiz I made. How about so take some time. This is your website. You want good grammar. You want it to look nice. Don't just throw whatever in there. Try and spend a little time making it nice, getting the right size. Now this QR code doesn't need that much space. So if you grab the line in the middle, sometimes you can get things organized nice and neat. This is a little higher than the QR code. There's one more thing I'll put in here, and that is just a spacer. So if I put a spacer in just the right spot above my text, there's the spacer. I can carefully grab that and I can center that. So now I've got to change the header up, maybe get a screenshot of MIT App Inventor or from the website, but now this page, I'm starting to get it ready. There could be some other things that I'm going to want people to download, but that's a QR code that will take people to your app, as well as on your app you have a link that will take people to your portfolio.